Hello everybody, it's your boy Lil Red Boy back with 3 more hypercharges. You guys absolutely destroyed the light goal last time, so we are definitely going to be making more. But this is going to be the most unique hypercharges yet. Bebo's is pretty unique, Volt's is extremely unique, and Quinn's is the most unique hypercharge out of all the ones in the game that I'm going to be doing. So let's get right into it. We're going to start off with our boy Bebo. His hypercharge is Ice Cream Barrage. It makes him lock on to an enemy, the strongest enemy on the map that's in his range, and that enemy is the only enemy he will be targeting for the duration of his hypercharge of 7 seconds. And when he fires bullets at that enemy, it does double damage. And yeah, at the end of the hypercharge, that enemy that he was locked onto will face 5 ice creams raining down from the sky, each of them doing 150 damage each. So I'll be back in a second once I work on the stats for this guy. Sadly, in Stat Editor, I can't make the rocket barrage thing that goes down with the ice cream, but it will just act like it's there. But I'll be back in a second. Alright, we just finished Bebo's. As you can see, he has insane range, and his rate is hugely decreased, but I also, to compensate for that, lowered the damage a little bit. But let's see how he does against an alien boss. I'm expecting he would have the lock on, which does double damage, so we are going to double this, along with adding the 5 150 damage ones. So as you can see, that's some pretty good damage. The hypercharge would probably be about done by now, but that's about 3,500 damage for one hypercharge, so that's pretty good. But now we're going on to volts, and this has to be one of the most unique ones. This is Blackout. What happens during the hypercharge is the map turns completely consumed by darkness, and all of your heroes will start attacking at half speed. Their rates will be doubled, which means, they will attack slower. If you're trying to see what I mean, their rates will be doubled, which means that they'll attack half as fast. So what this means is, along with that, the boss or all enemies on the map will move 0.4 times as slower during the duration of the hypercharge, which is 7 seconds. Along with this, Volt's stats are buffed, and his Volt points have huge range, and they do damage. So I'll be back in a second once I finish that. Alright everybody, I just finished this. I've also placed down some Volt points to signify what they do. They also do some damage. So the map would be in complete darkness right now, and this would be moving extremely slowly. Volts is the only one who's not affected by the half attack speed thing, and as you can see, once it gets in the range of these Volt points, it's going to do some pretty insane damage by Volt here. So yeah, that is our Volt hypercharge, Blackout. I really enjoyed this one. Hopefully you guys like this one too. And while we're in the middle of the video here, if this video gets 15 likes, you guys destroyed the last like goal of 10 likes. So if this video gets 15 likes, I'll make even more hypercharges. This is pretty much a series at this point. Anyways, let's go on to Quinn, and Quinn's is definitely the most unique one. This is Flourish, and I'll explain it more once I finish the stats, but they are brought into a realm of trees. I'll show what I mean in a second once I finish these stats. Alright everyone, we just finished Quinn's, and here's how her hypercharge is going to work. This is kind of complex, so be sure to pay attention. Alright, so when the hypercharge activates, she will shoot a slow-moving arrow with a projectile speed of 1. To go for reference, Quinn's normal projectile speed of an arrow is 4. So she shoots a very slow arrow at the strongest enemy on the map. Now, this is only really good for bosses. Now, let's imagine that I was the boss here. Once I get hit, I get taken into the Flourish realm. This is inspired by Cordelius from Brawl Stars, but what happens is I stay in this realm for as long as the hypercharge, which is 10 seconds, and while I'm in this realm, Quinn gets her rate halved, and no other towers are here. It's just only the strongest enemy. So Quinn disappears along with the enemy that got hit. So Quinn has half rate and she's attacking a ton, but once the hypercharge is done, then the boss goes back to where it got hit. So Quinn just gets a ton of time to attack it, and then when it comes out of the tree realm or whatever, it has lost the HP that it lost in the tree realm, but it's at the same spot before it went into the tree realm. So that's kind of how Quinn's works. I also reworked the damage thing a little bit. This only is this is how it is in the realm, or in the realm her rate would be half of this, so it would do kind of double damage of what it's doing right now, but she does have huge range. So anyways, thank you for watching that yap session. This one's extremely complicated, so thank you for listening to Quinn's Hypercharge. Remember, 15 likes and I'll do a part 4, and I now am monetized, so if any of you guys have any extra cash, please super thanks me. Anyways, thank you for watching, and goodbye.